elections. Tonight in Dangriga, a wave of voter dissatisfaction is hitting local and national leaders alike. Mayor Robert Mariano, era Representative Dr. Louis Zabane, and even Prime Minister John Briceño. A new survey by pollster and retired assistant professor Dr. Philip Castillo shows support for Dr. Zabane has plunged dramatically. Remember, he won big in 2020 with 61% of the vote, and his popularity soared even higher in 2025 when he secured 76.5%. But Dr. Castillo's latest polling tells a very different story, one that suggests confidence in these leaders is slipping fast.
He's underwater because I think he's at 41%, which means that more, at 41%, 4 out of every 10 voters do not approve of the job that he's doing. Now, again, we did not ask them why, but some voters, some citizens did provide an opinion. And then the opinion would be that in terms of accessing the area rep, that there seem to be challenges in accessing him, basically, in meeting him and those and that specific issue.
A closer look at the numbers shows Dr. Zabane lost support in Dangriga town and Uruwei, but he's still strong in outlying villages like Hope Creek. Responding to the poll, Dr. Zabane says he welcomes Dr. Castillo's work, but argues that data collected closer to election time gives a truer read on how voters will actually decide.
First of all, the size of the poll is relatively small, but still helpful, so I'm not knocking it in that sense. I'm just saying that if you look at the last polls that he has done, you could go back and check them out. They have been consistently lower than the actual performance. So in my view, I don't believe that the numbers are that low. But even if they were, it is good to know so that you can take action.
One of the things that people were saying is that you're hard to access.
Yes, and that's the one that seems farthest from the truth. I am one of the very consistent area representatives that have office hours. So on Thursdays, like for example tomorrow, I have my office, I am at the office. I have an office that is open from Monday to Friday, so persons can go, and they do go in. So besides the office hours on the Thursdays, I also visit on Saturdays, because we have Dangriga, Uruwei, and Hope Creek.
Voters were also asked how they feel about the job Dangriga Mayor Mariano is doing. He first won the mayoral seat with 51% of the vote in 2021 and boosted his support to 63% in 2024. But today his approval shows a slight dip from where he started back in 2021.
He faces election next year, 2027.
1, 2. One, two. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Good night, everyone. Good night, everybody. Boiti Guyong Hong Sung Mut. Greetings to each and every one of you here in the Jewel, Belize. Good night to each and every one of you here in Dangriga. There's a lot to unpack tonight. There is a lot to unpack tonight. There is a whole lot to unpack tonight. Martinez, greetings, my brother. Blessed greetings. Civic, my brother. Blessed greetings. Greetings to each and every one of you. Good night to everyone. This is Dangriga Unmuted, where we unmute the truth and where we demand change. Brothers and sisters, friends, family, I had a conversation earlier. Someone near and dear to me called me. We usually keep in touch on a regular basis, but I haven't heard from this person for about almost 3 weeks. And so I was happy. To hear from this individual, a near and dear person in my life. And we started talking. The individual asked me, so how everything with you? How the Dangriga Unmuted going? How 𝐓𝐻𝐿𝐵 going? And my response to the individual was very simple. We got into a deeper conversation. We talked about what is affecting us here in Dangriga, what is affecting us here in Belize nationwide. As a reminder for tonight, this is I'm digressing for just a bit. Tonight, I want to give my unvarnished commentary on my observations from this morning's interview with Team Christalyn and Team Wiseman Sampson, running up for the upcoming mayoral election, 2027 mayoral election. So I was having this conversation with this person, and the individual asked me how things go, how 𝐓𝐻𝐿𝐵 TV, how Dangriga Unmuted, and we got into a deep conversation as to the people, the individuals that I've been interviewing, the topics that we talk about, and to summarize, to chop it up in a very Reader's Digest form, this person said to me, you know what? This just what keep the happen, no matter what you do. I like what they do, I say what they do, but this just what keep the happen. The politicians, they will keep the lie. they will keep the steal. People, everyday people who can't find what decent meal to eat, what continue suffer, what continue starve, what continue just c'est la vie. Such is life. So we got into this conversation, and I have to admit, I got really passionate about how I feel. How I feel about Dangriga, how I feel about the state of our country. And he hit a nerve, this individual hit a nerve. And we got into a we continued this deep conversation. And I said to this person, I said, listen, you know, this is an individual we could talk bluntly. I said, I really am tired of like everywhere I go, everywhere. That's how you go. It is what it is. That's how you go. And you know what changed? The PUP, UDP thing, people have vote who they want. No matter what, they change. This is what this individual is saying to me. And I say, I tired of hearing that. While I listen and I accept, I respect people's views. I respect how people feel. But each and every one of us, each and every one of you, all on for Lakeland, all on for Bengushe, Bakaton, Harlem, New Site, Wagay Raleigh, Monument Site, 1, 2, 3, all the way. If uno keep say that just so you go and that just so it continue be, imagine if each and every one of you, all on in our household, uno know the way how things they run in at the town, uno know the way how things they run in at the country, just wrong. We have brothers here in Dangriga who just to try get what gun charge off the record for over a decade, 15 years. Just to try get what gun charge off on a record so they could live a decent life, what honest living. So they don't have to go back in at the system. Just to get that is close to impossible. And the people that can do it for some of these brothers, granted, some people just know a change. And we just got to deal with them accordingly. But you have some individuals who just want one more chance. One more chance. Just for a clean record. And these people, these individuals who can do it for them will not do it because they howl on their bars and they say, I got you in a control. You have to do what I tell you to do. What is my point? Your picnic, your brother, your uncle could commit one minor offense. And that bugger going to jail. If you not got the bail money, he going to jail. But we have these people stealing in the millions of dollars. Taxpayers' money, my money, your money. And we just don't give up. We don't care. Brethren, sister, each and every one I don't know. If somebody come and just strang $100 out on a wallet or out on a hand and walk away, you know, I probably kill a person. Man get killed out there for less. Imagine that is thief millions of dollars from all of us. This song too good to be true. This song too movie like to be true. It is true. So I might sound passionate. I might come on here every Wednesday or sporadically and just come and unmute. And for some of you, it might say like, man, this dude just passionate. He just always have a lot to say. You know, growing up, I wasn't an outgoing person per se. Growing up, I was very shy, as a matter of fact. If you ask my siblings, my family members, I was very shy. And going to high school, I became an avid reader. I start read. I learned to articulate my thoughts. I learned to articulate my thoughts. I learned to understand more. I became passionate. I learned how important it is for me to be an individual, to keep my individuality. I learned how important it is for me to remember that I am important as anybody out there. Johnny Briseño no better than me. Oscar Mira no better than me. Cervantes no better than me. Louis Zabani no better than me. Ferguson no better than me and no better than them. I learned that I will not be taken advantage of. I learned that my rights, my life, valuable. I have rights. You watching right now have rights. If your children, your 18-year-old, your pop, your uncle, everyday people like me and you, commit a minor offense, they are going to jail. If they don't have the money to hire a high power attorney, they are going to jail. Minor offense. If your brother or your neighbor just strong $10 from you, or $50, 100, you are beat that person down, you are tracker down, you go in the police, you are reporter, you are do all kind of thing, you in a be friend again. Maybe for the rest of your life. This is true. What is also true, you don't know it because you know see it and you know feel it. People, we have leaders where they thief millions of dollars. The mirrors, they're up to, allegedly, up to $13 million right now. Allegedly. Because everybody, they get sued left, right, and center. So we can't say what we want. And I want you all to remember, the Briseño administration is getting ready to the BBA, the Belize Broadcasting Association or Authority, they have to come up with a name, have a fancy name. To start, have people like me figure license. I have to get a license before I go live and talk to Uno. This is what they're planning to do. People like me will have to apply for an exemption from them. And they will go and review my content, watch and see where I talk about. And if they find that where I talk about not fit enough for their guidelines, they could say, shut it off. You know, they get no license. We will revoke, and if I get a license, we will revoke your license. I will shut off your license. And you know what else? If I don't cease, if I don't stop from coming live and talk to you guys, they can tell Smart or BTL another topic. They can say to Smart, command Smart and BTL and say, shut him down. Disconnect him. They will also be able to say to Smart or BTL, whichever one who our ISP is internet service provider and say shut it down or block that website or block that Facebook page, Obafo TV. So if you appreciate this content, you have to stand up and demand that whatever this bill is that they are coming up with, mash bricks. They are saying that this is not to silence people. I don't believe they're telling the truth. I do not believe they're telling the truth. Now, if we break the guidelines or the rules, we could get fined. People like me could get fined from $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. If I go do where they say I'm not supposed to do. Tonight, I want to talk about the UDP convention scheduled for August 9th. I'll talk about that in a bit. Tonight, I want to talk about Christalyn's appearance, Dwayne Sampson's appearance on national TV. I want to talk about that. Friends and family, I am imploring you, I am begging each and every one of you to listen. The opposition leader, the Honorable Tracy Tega Panton, leader of the opposition, posted today, this is a sad day for Belize. Today, this government, the Bersenio administration, is well on its way to monopolizing the telecommunication industry. This government, Johnny Bersenio and his other loose cannons, you see, sometimes I really don't want to sound upset and angry. I started by telling a story. I was on a call before I got on this show, and this person triggered me. I have to admit, I realized I have some emotions in me that builds up because of all the frustration, all the corruption going through a revolving door, one after the next, one after the next. And when you're keeping up with this type of thing, you get frustrated. You're like people, are you watching? Are they keeping tune? Are you paying attention? The Bersenio administration is well on its way to monopolizing the telecommunication industry. So only one telecommunication industry we will have, only BTL. But that's not really much, that's a part of the problem. But, or in addition to that, or as a result of that, if it goes through, a monopoly is dangerous at the moment. We give them too much control. They don't want to come up with this broadcasting BBA online license for people like me. They are this Dean Flowers earlier today, I believe on the news. He said, damn it, I'll find that video and share it. But these people we are on our way to a dictatorship. Where is the control? People, we have to have control of this madness that's happening. They want to acquire smart. It is said, based on this individuals reporting, I'll play the video in a bit. If they're going to be selling smart for, let's say, 40, they're saying that smart worth $40,000. I mean, $40 million, when it only worth 15 million, right? If this deal goes through, the Bersenio family, if you want to watch the news tonight, according to Channel 7, will be making $18 million out of this deal, the Bersenio family. Johnny Bersenio's family. You know, this type of thing anger me so much. It frustrates me as well. People could really lose their mind. It is true. Today is a sad day, another sad day for Belize, party leader. Another sad day for Belize, and more to come. More to come. Tonight, I will be talking about Team Christalyn on, I believe, Channel 5 and Dwayne Sampson on Channel 7. One of them on Open Your Eyes, one of them on Sun Up. I want to comment. Good night to each and every one of you. Issa Williams, absolutely. We have power over them. They leave out of our money. They leave us out of our money. Martinez, I met you in the entertainment industry as a promoter, and you put down the whole that just to defend your Garifuna people. My brother, I'm defending the entire Belize. I appreciate you. I really do. I notice you pop in regularly. I'm defending the entire Belize. Yes, I'm a Garifuna, proud one. But our plight, this that we're facing in our country, is not just Garifuna. The Garifuna people need to get their act together. The Garifuna people need to get their act together. Omar, Andrew, Aldana, big up, respect my brother. Civic. You know, I said earlier, growing up, I was very timid. I was very shy. But I started reading for myself. Many become surprised when I say to them, I never gone to college. I stopped right out of high school. The Roman Catholic Church offered me a full scholarship, boarding, transportation, tuition, books, todo. Now, some might say, boy, you are a fool. I rejected the scholarship. I'm grateful for the late Bishop Martin, O.P. Martin. My first job was at Holy Redeemer. My first real 9-to-5 job was at Holy Redeemer Catholic, the office behind the Catholic Church. From my office, I could see into Bishop's office. I used to work with the late Bishop O.P. Martin. He taught me a lot. He invested quite a lot in my upbringing as a child. I used to go to their home here in Dangriga, Auntie Eric Fino, Auntie Erica, Reka, Auntie Erica yard. Go to the store and what's not. I was a very humble, timid child. During high school days, I started reading. I pick up reading. I never gone to college. Today, I'm able to sit with people from all walks of life, hold conversations with people from all walks of life. Am I tooting my horn? No, I am not in the least. I don't need to. What is my point? I come on here every week to disseminate information, to push out information, reliable, necessary information. I invite experts, I invite very intelligent people to come on Ubafo TV, Dangriga Unmuted, to enlighten you, all of you. Friends, families, there is too much corruption happening in our country. There is way too much corruption taking place in Belize. One after the other, one after the other. The Auditor General, I do not believe. So my position, I'm entitled to it. The Auditor General, I believe, is compromised. the Auditor General is compromised. She has to audit a ministry with people who allegedly involved in a crime, criminal acts. I don't understand. Not only that, when the Auditor General, when I ask Alberto Argas, who elects the Auditor General? How is she appointed? How is he appointed? According to Alberto Argas, if my memory serves me right, the Governor General, under the recommendation or by the recommendation of the Prime Minister. So the Prime Minister, Johnny Briceño, will recommend to the Governor General, you know what, this is a good person, I think this person qualified to be the Auditor General, if I'm not mistaken. So what make you think that this person who is in charge of auditing these people will be fair? Millions of dollars. Make we pull up some of them video. Millions of dollars that they have stolen from regular Belizean people like me and you. Millions of dollars they steal every day from regular Belizean people like me and you. Let's take a look at this. This one from Jules.
The mayor, Wallen Nunez of San Pedro, attended an official meeting in Costa Rica for the Mayors Association. Now zoom in, you can see it's a local government, the power of the people. So it's a local government meeting in Costa Rica. Zoom in on the two names with the dots there, right? So these are the Latin American representative, Gualberto Nunez, the mayor, and Darwin Palma, the mayor's aide. You can see that is the mayor's partner. Darwin Palma is Mayor Wallen Nunez's partner.
Oh.
Now, I know that from time to time, officials travel with their spouses. I have always strong upon it. It raises questions of if it's being paid officially or being paid privately.
Yeah.
This came up with Orlando Habet, Landy. And he said at the time when it was one of the climate change summit, he said he was paying for his wife or he paid for his wife.
Yes.
And he offered proof. But my concern here is that the mayor's partner, can we show it again, guys?
The mayor's aide.
The mayor's aide is traveling in an official capacity. So the Belize Mayor Association, so Mr. Palma, is traveling in an official capacity along with his partner, Wallen Nunez. So, and we can show pictures of the event, guys. There are pictures of the event where he's pictured in an official capacity.
Oh.
This is anomalous. There's a suggestion of official abuse. There is the good Mr. Palma. At the meeting, I believe it was his birthday. I saw that picture. It's the mayor who wished him birthday on his Facebook. No, I know the get in and nobody life that I despise to get into anyone's personal life.
Right.
But you are using your partner in an official. It raises concerns.
News 5 has told you about the Mira family millions. More than $9 million paid out to the Mira siblings and associated businesses through the Ministry of Defense. These payments were made primarily under questionable circumstances. Since that multi-million-dollar revelation, new businesses and individuals have entered the picture. Kukulkan Company Limited, a business with alleged ties to Minister of National Defense Florencio Marin, earned more than $1.7 million through the government, $1.4 million directly from the Ministry of Defense, all through corrupt payment practices. And this figure is likely higher. Tonight, the spotlight turns to J&J Imports. 163 newly leaked SmartStream invoices shows that they earned over $1.1 million, primarily through sub-$10,000 invoices paid by the Ministry of Defense. The record reflects payments across 2022 to 2025. 37 newly leaked SmartStream invoices also name 𝐓𝐿𝐵𝐷𝐼, who earned upwards of $275,000 from the Ministry of Defense through 2021 and 2022. Again, primarily through multiple invoices below $10,000 in single days. Even more alarming is that 𝐓𝐿𝐵𝐷𝐼 is believed to be the owner behind J&J Imports and is a relative of PUP-era representative for Orange Walk North, Ramon Monche Cervantes, which he confirmed today. But when he asked Cervantes about his cousin and the business, he denied any involvement.
What's your relation to Enrique and Jamir Requena from J&J Imports?
Enrique. I know Jamir Requena. He's my second cousin. He's the son of my cousin.
Were you instrumental in them receiving any contracts with the Ministry of Defense?
No, not at all. Not at all. I have nothing to do with it.
So you had no involvement in them getting the supply arrangement. They're the owners of J&J Imports.
No, I had no involvement in that anywhere at all.
And while Cervantes is distancing himself from the scandal, the leaked J&J Imports and Requena invoices are revealing. On the 21st of July, when 3 payments below $10,000 were made to J&J Imports, the Ministry of Defense also paid Enrique Javier Requena for 13 sub-$10,000 invoices. So that's $16,287.27 for J&J Imports on July 21st, 2022, and $93,061.59 for Enrique Javier Requena on the same day, for a total combined payout of $109,348.86 on a single day between Enriquez and J&J Imports. The leaked invoice also shows that Requena did business with the Office of the Prime Minister on December 15, 2021, to the tune of $10,000. Tonight, PM Briceño says any wrongdoing unearthed will demand answers.
We made a promise that we're going to be different. And as Prime Minister, I think it was my responsibility to act quickly. I did not try to hide anything. I did not try to push it aside. Once that came to my attention, I had to act. And both former ministers are people that I know for over years, but we have a compact with the Belizean people that we will be different and we're going to do things different. And so we are going to do that. We have been Auditor General is starting to compile all the information. The CEO has assured me, CEO Usher, that they're cooperating to the full extent, and the Auditor General will do a full investigation. And if there was any wrongdoing, be it public officers or politicians, they will have to answer.
The audit into the Ministry of Defense finances is expected to last for 90 days. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez. News 5 has told you.
All that money that they're stealing, that was a fraction. That's not even everything. That's not even one corruption that Gianni Briceño and his crew are involved in. Listen, this is not a anti-PUP type of thing here. I hope we understand and we try remember. Uruwei, Dangriga Unmuted, Ubafu TV is not an anti-PUP, whatever you want to call it. This is not an anti-PUP movement. This is an anti-corruption movement. We will unmute the truth. I will forever demand change. Gianni Briceño and all of them that are called out, that are being in the news for corruption right now, they need to be held accountable. Like where Alberto Aga suggests in his proposal, area representatives supposed to stay in their constituency, in their area, and they shouldn't have access to the money. Separate the rat for the cheese. I agree with you, Alberto, 100%. We also need to implement UNCAC, send them to jail. If we implement UNCAC, they start signing on to UNCAC over 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And they still can't finalize it. You know why? Because if Belize sign on to UNCAC, they will be held accountable. They will have to return everything when they steal. You know what? It's so sad that we allow a few a small handful of people to manipulate us, to control us, to manage our finances, take a whole pile of it. Imagine what Dangriga could do with $13 million. $13 million. We need one. Just start us off at $5 million out of that 13 that you guys allegedly stole, are stealing. I have to use allegedly. You know how much Dangriga could do with $13 million? By now, it probably weighed at $13 million because I can't keep up with everything. I cannot keep up with the amount of corruption coming out of this government. I am not an anti-PUP person. I am against corruption. To the Dangriga Town Council, let me bring this home. To the Dangriga Town Council, let me bring this home. I was on the streets of Dangriga doing interviews, which I will continue to do. I was on the streets of Dangriga doing interviews, which I will continue to do. People not fool. People not foolish. The Dangriga Town Council. The Dangriga Town Council. Your workers are not being treated fairly. The Dangriga Town Council. Your workers are not being treated fairly. While uno have AC upstairs in an office, some uno have the coolest room, while the people now where they do most of the work can't even have enough fan so they could stay warm when it's hot. You can't even treat some of the workers then with the regular Milo and the coffee, because we not got it. Nothing today. You know what somebody, what credible source tell me concerning the Dangriga Town Council? Damn it. I actually missed an appointment today. I was entertaining the thought of running either for the municipal elections or for general. And I said, if I run, this was a couple months ago, this individual also had interest. And this person said to me, Brawe, God is strong. Take it, Bobby. In other words, good luck to you. No money, no the day. The bare minimum is being done according to some people, according to credible sources. Nothing the day. The workers are treated unfairly. I am understanding from different individuals, these are things that I'm hearing, that Mr. Mayor is giving too much control to a certain individual there, whose name I will call soon. If 𝐔𝐲𝐫𝐻 Sampson is looking forward to becoming mayor, my brother, I suggest you take time out your campaign time and go find out what is going on over there. So, request a financial statement. You might not get the legit real deal. I'm assuming, this is an assumption. I have received a financial statement a couple months ago. It took them close to 3 months, I believe. I have to go back to my email to confirm. To get simple financial statement that should be readily available every month. Dwayne, if you're interested, if you really, all I want counselors. Uno go learn, find out what is happening at that town council. How much money they get spent. How much if they're in a debt. Go find out. Now, let me turn to, just for a bit, let me turn to this morning's interview. This morning, team 𝐷𝐲𝐫𝐻 Sampson and team Christalyn, was it this morning or yesterday? It's this morning. I thought today was Dangriga Unmuted Wednesday. By the way, I have Mr. Eddie Webster tomorrow for Dangriga Unmuted, 8 p.m. So, the two teams presented themselves on one of the national morning shows, one on Channel 5 and the other on Open Your Eyes. I might just have to pull this from Facebook because, you know, tonight I decided I'm going to come live, share some things with you. This is one of those impromptu episodes. Let me comment on our sister Christalyn and Mr. Marin. I believe Christalyn handled herself well. She articulated herself well. If I grade them, I believe Christalyn articulated herself and presented herself better than 𝐷𝐲𝐫𝐻. Am I going to vote for Christalyn? I don't say that. I don't know where I stand. But that's not, while that is a compliment, as a matter of fact, I salute Christalyn. I salute 𝐷𝐲𝐫𝐻 Sampson. I salute all of you who develop the gusto to go up on national TV and give it a try. That take bravery. That take what level of readiness, what level of preparedness. Because I have done it. And when I start, I mean, I think. I go and I forget a lot. But while Christalyn presented herself, articulated herself very well, I believe that thing where you practice, you rehearse. A lot of the things I hear a lot, I would want to see you come across more spontaneous and more natural. So granted, you presented yourself well. I have to pull up the video though because I want to give some step-by-step pointers as to my sentiments. I have to take a break here though and digress just one bit. Earth Lopez. I have to address a post that Earth Lopez made this morning. But before I do that, to those of you in Chicago, to those of you in the Waukegan area, UBNI, United Belizeans of Northern Illinois, join the raffle, join the scholarship gala on August 8th. I think they are sold out actually, but still try to reach out. The numbers are here. Screenshot these slides. The number at the bottom is 323-557-5650. That's 323-557-5650. All right, UBNI, they support youths that might not be able to afford higher learning. So their gala is called a scholarship gala. This is their 15th annual scholarship gala. So if you're in the Chicago area, if you are near Waukegan, step out and lend your support. Christalyn, Dwayne Sampson, Earth Lopez. You made a post this morning and you deleted it. And I have to applaud you for deleting it. Because, my sister, we have to talk. Friends, family, Dangriga, PUP, UDP, I have absolutely nothing personal against anyone I don't know. But listen up. Earth, come closer. You are the caretaker. Let me read your comment. Because several people actually screenshot it to me before you actually deleted it. Dwayne Sampson is my choice for mayor with an exclamation mark. Why? He has demonstrated blah, 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 blah. And so I responded, and this was my response. I said, blessed morning, Earth. I admire that you're bold and genuine enough to openly support the candidate of your choice. That said, as a caretaker for all UDP members and a possible future era representative for all of Dangriga, Sarawee, and Hope Creek, will include me, Cyril Uruwei, and all of my friends and families. I personally believe, Earth, it's more appropriate to remain publicly neutral during an internal contest. Doing so helps reassure everyone that they'll be treated fairly regardless of who they support. Just my 2 cents. Please don't crucify this honest man in Nebese. That was my response. You responded to my response. I won't go through it. I won't burden viewers with all the Facebook craziness. But sister, listen to me. Here, come closer. I don't just look at you as a caretaker for the UDP Dangriga constituency. I also look at you as the possible era representative for Dangriga. That rests on my mind. Every day or each time I see or observe you put out something that could jeopardize some member of the UDP or could influence Dangriga people in some negative direction. And then I have to call it out. Because to whom much is given, much is required. I have absolutely nothing against you, dear sister. You mentioned in your comment, after I commented, something along the lines, well, the chairperson is doing XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And I keep saying, this are the same thing where I don't like what the PUP they do with this whole Brad's Bolido thing. If they take on this Brad's Bolido thing in at the court and want to charge whosoever and deal with that. But don't go and muddy the water and try cover up all on a crime, all on a freaking craziness. Further banner, I'm sorry. But Ono could make people go insane with all the corruption what happening in this country, and then regular people like me and Ono just they applaud these people because Ono the PUP. This madness have to stop. So just like how the PUP would pick up, explode this Brad's Bolido thing and say, oh, Tracy, that this are Tracy and she, whatever. Honestly, I do care about people's choice that they might have done in the past and how our past could affect us. I do care about that. However, we have the evidence against most of you. The corruptions that you are engaging, Johnny Briceño and the rest, are replete. Too much, too many to mention. They need to be solved. They need to be fixed. Stop this madness with this Brad Bolido craziness and stick to the matter at hand. The BTL acquisition of Smart, you need to mash brakes on that. Stop it. The whole Mira situation, Oscar Mira and the other one, when found guilty, I hope that the Auditor General will be sincere and do her job. If they should be found guilty, boy, the best way will happen, he will give them an extra leave maybe. The ministers, they not, the Prime Minister not put them per leave, you know. He not say, you need to go per leave. You the ras, you need to go per leave. He doesn't say that. The ministers themselves, they will say, oh, I going per leave. Make it look, oh, that they're so clean and holy. What are the words? They use a lot of fancy words. The word we mean they will put themselves, detach themselves from the situation so they no money. Let's stop it. Who no think on the talk to? This is crazy. Again, sidetrack. I'm gonna say Earth. And I lose track. I promise I will come back to Christalyn and I'm going to comment on Dwayne Sampson's appearance as well. But Earth, you can't go tell me that the chairperson of the United Democratic Party, they do X. So I don't want to hear about that. When I see the man, they do anything, I will call it out, and you know I will call it out. You got to take responsibility for your own actions, my dear sister. Now, that aside, Christalyn articulated herself well. But most of what I heard is your passion for this and that. I don't really see no. You have a good song, really and truly. You have a good song. You've improved, actually. You've improved. And I'll tell you something. I have been vocal about Christalyn, about Dwayne Sampson, about the entire UDP. I have been vocal about how I believe that Christalyn is not ready to become mayor of Dangriga. I still feel that way. Maybe the councillor level. However, I'll say this because this is what is happening. And I met the chairman of the party, we had a very candid conversation. And a lot of what the brother said to me, he said, you could go public with this. I don't have to hide it. So, brother, you don't give me permission if I say anything. All right? Disclaimer. Now, we have to weigh the matter. Let's just say Christalyn gets elected. Part of the argument that some are saying, she might have some seasoned people behind her that will advise her. That's cool. I have no problem with that. But who will these people be? Because quite frankly, for me, I ask for advice on a daily, on a regular. I have to ask the likes of Jerry Enriquez, or I ask the likes of occasionally when I connect with Dickie, or I ask questions, ask the likes of many of these individuals. Because I don't know everything. When I need clarity, I know where to go. When I need guidance, when I need truth, when I need to make sure that I not just the talk craziness, I talk facts. I have people who advise me. So who would advise Christalyn Castillo? Who would advise Christalyn Castillo? Because I don't believe Christalyn Castillo can handle the mayor, the office of the mayor alone. Of course, it's our team thing. We understand the whole thing. Councillors, mayor, want to work as a team. Granted, got on other employees. But who will be advising her if that's the case? The argument that says you have to try, no matter, I don't have a problem with any of their age, because they have individuals as young as Christine who could very, very well manage, who have the gusto, the all those things that you need, that most of us might want to see and say, yeah, I do with that. I like Christalyn's story. What she presented on, I believe she was the one on Channel 5, and then Dwayne Sampson team was on Channel 7. It's a good story. It's a good story of a young woman, a young lady, a child of Dangriga, who play in the neighborhoods, in the parks, who wants it better, who wants it good. I like Christalyn's story. And as a matter of fact, I do agree with some of the things that she said. And one thing she did mention, they have attention to detail. If I look on the two slates, Christalyn's team, they have a lot of attention to detail. I noticed that. The way they present their videos, their marketing. They're intentional. That was the word she used. I agree with you on many instances when it comes to that. The attention to detail, you seem to be your team seem to be intentional about some of the things. From a marketing perspective, marketing is my professional discipline. So I understand some things when I see it. I think you kind of exaggerate some of the experiences, if you ask me. This is Dangriga Unmuted. Great job on articulating yourself, the way you presented yourself. But I would like to hear more about how you plan to do all this. How you plan to stimulate the economy. Granted, the era representative and the mayor are two different people. I don't know. You know what? I did think about it. I would like to know what my brother there, Gilbert Soazo, I would like to know what was his portfolio, how he was doing throughout his tenure, his time. I would like to know the same of Mayor Humphreys, I would want to know Mr. Kashan Nunes, I would want to know how much money each one of them left when they leave office. Because right now, the way how things are looking at this Dangriga Town Council currently, you know, they look good. That's what I'm hearing. So, Christalyn, I want to hear more about how you will get it done. Most of the revenues from the Dangriga Town Council, they're for taxes and the subvention where we receive every month. We just go through a revolving situation, cycle. How you know make that better? How you know test? How you know lower the taxes for Dangriga residents? A topic that I will speak more intelligently on in some days or weeks to come. There are some municipalities that when it comes to property tax, again, I cannot speak on this intelligently enough as I would, but I will give it a bits and pieces. The property tax here, if you want to add a room to your structure, if you want to add a veranda, a patio, or whatever it is you want to add, you build a fence. The value go up, your property tax go up. That is my understanding. I believe that there are other municipalities that just have a certain property tax. We could confirm this later. And they don't have to worry about, okay, if then this type of thing discourage people from want to build and beautify their house and add more value to their house. For when they want to rent it, Airbnb, or if they want to sell it. This discourage people if you want to add. We have to do something about that. So Team Christalyn, Team Dwayne, think about that. How we can fix that? How we can lower taxes? How we could stimulate the economy? We need to talk about that. Now, make a park Christalyn for a bit and talk about Team Dwayne Sampson. Brother, you are need to practice more in appearing in front of the media. I suggest all of us in leadership, do some research, do some studies. You're not the bad, not feel no way, you're not the bad. But there was a moment I want to show you something. Whenever you find yourself the stutter in front of national TV, and I am no expert. I just try explain some of the little bit where I know. I am not an expert at this. I will likely baffle sometime in the future. So no, please no come and say, oh, but you like talk XYZ. It could happen to anyone away. But I want to give you a little tip where I learn, right? When you're there for national TV and you mess up and you forget what you say, what I believe would have been important or could have been an important thing for you, just remember that this journey is a long one. And just make the people know, you know what, this is a long journey. I really have a lot where I want to share. Somebody slip me, but just be patient with me right now. Take a deep breath. Gather your thoughts and you continue. Never apologize. Never apologize. No, not baffle and then apologize. It take off points from your confidence. I like point out Eliud Miller and Alan Pollard as examples, I believe, City. How I would want to say. And those brothers have some things they need to improve on too. They're not squeaky clean. They're not ultimately perfect. But they're up a notch when it comes to some of us here in Dangriga. So make we look around and make we prepare ourselves. You see, I unmute the truth and I demand change for all of us. Another thing. Make I say this to Marsha. Marsha, me here. All of you, as a matter of fact, all of you, the whole slate at the top tone. Stop define excuses for culture. For start say, oh, all inclusive, all culture. That's our BS political, that's a political BS. Listen to me. Listen to me. The Garifuna culture is a dominant culture in Dangriga. Every other ethnic group culture, the Indian, the Chinese, the Hispanics, we can all benefit from the Garifuna culture. If the Hispanics want to bring in their culture and market it and promote it, sure, welcome it. Yes, let's do it. I have absolutely nothing against that. As a matter of fact, my brothers around here, the Indians, they have their event every year. I sometimes take time out to take pictures. I post it on Facebook. Stop this political nonsense to talk about our culture. It irritates me. I am upset at it, not at you. Please. Because it is politically deceptive. I don't know if that is your intention, all of you, but stop talking about all inclusive culture. Dangriga has always been inclusive before no ban. That some of these people will just want to have more, make it seem racist. We are not a racist people. We're not a racist tongue. We're not a racist community. There are few individuals who will use race against us. When Uruwei come with his dashiki and talk proudly as a Garifuna man, or here for the Garifuna people, I'm a proud Garifuna. So what? But I love you too. If you are in trouble, I will come to your aid. I don't like how you guys promoting this all-inclusive cultural craziness. The majority are then Mike Evans and all of them and Louis were both and the Garifuna culture and this is it. Oh no, confused. Y'all are confused. Be proud. Marsha, be proud. Go in there, make the culture better. If the Hispanics come, the Asians come, and they want to promote their culture, welcome it. Let's do it. But stop finding excuses and stop. It's irritating. It's upsetting. I don't like it. And I know a lot of people say it, but they're not, they're not speak out. This irritates me. I am not a racist. I love my culture. Every 19. Every 19. By the way, Mr. Mayor, we need this tongue to be decorated better than last year, and we need it to be decorated long in advance. You all, they got times, I could recall years where we start, put up flag and all that thing, around the 18th, 17th, 18th of November. Dangriga has always known to be a Garifuna town. Let's not be ashamed of that. Let the Hispanics, Miss Jessica Fajardo, admit that, welcome that, celebrate it with us. It's what's selling right now. Use it. All of us, use it. Make it better. If the Chinese have something they want to bring to Dangriga, culturally speaking, come on, let's do it. Let's promote it. The Mexicans, we're not Hispanics, what's the proper term? Mestizos, any culture that are residents of Dangriga. Bring your culture. Let's celebrate it. Let's promote it. I personally will promote it. I enjoy learning about my fellow Indians. I enjoy learning about the Hispanics. I really do. I enjoy learning about the Chinese. I honestly do. But right now, for many years, the Garifuna culture has dominated Belize overall. It's very profitable. You should try to figure out how you could exploit it some more for the benefit of the people. Not get the word exploit twisted. Some of them we got pencil will understand, but I want to break it down. Exploit is not always a negative term. It could be in a positive connotation. Exploit the Garifuna culture, make it use, make use of it to the core to benefit Dangriga, bring tourism. We not got nothing. I not got nothing against any other culture, but I don't like that you guys are using this thing as a political card. And any culture, everywhere on go on start set up and on lose on yourself by doing that. On the compromise on yourself because of politics. I should have said the good things first. I know. I applaud all of you. It takes bravery to go up on national TV. But I have not heard anything from any of you that's telling me how to do it. Uno come for my show. I welcome you back. If you come back, by the way. Brief digression. I met Sharon, Miss Flores, the past, Miss Sylvia Flores, daughter, a while back, maybe 3 weeks ago, almost a month now. And I said to Sharon, I hear you're running. Congrats. I welcome you up on my show. And Sharon, yeah, so I do. I don't hear for you yet, Sharon. All of you, including me and Mariano, I know how to keep it professional. Let's unmute. Let's talk. I want to know what I want to plan. Let me go to the comments for a bit. And please, if you want to comment, let's be respectful. I'm a passionate man. Let's be respectful. Abner, good night. Etlin, Antonio, good night. Good night. Therese Flores, good night. Good night to each and every one of you. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Hams Flores, what will Belize lose in a third party? What will Belize lose in a third party that we haven't lost with PUP and UDP? Very good question. Aaron Anderson, Vice Chairman. I don't know what you're referring to. Denny Nutla. We have been managed by these quote-unquote experienced folks all along. See where we at today. Time to give the young man a chance. Which young man? Dwayne? Aaron Anderson, Trump was very intentional with his marketing. Doesn't make it better. Good. Macario. Charette. Good night, Cyril, and good night, everyone. Good night to you, Charette. The current mayor said Sunday straight up that PUP, the central government, so we were UDP Town Council, we'll get it. I don't understand this, Aaron. The current mayor said Sunday straight up that PUP, the central government, so our UDP Town Council will get it from, okay, it's not continuing here. I have to expand this. Where is it? We'll get it from, it's, I'm probably reading this wrong or it's incomplete. Brianna Zabane Boy. That the one thing I've been waiting to hear from any slate running. I'm assuming how they will do it. I'm assuming that's what you're referring to, Brianna. When did that change? I'm not sure what you're referring to, Aaron Anderson. As far as I know, it was a set tax base on the land value. Look into it. Look into it. Let's see. Let me go to someone else. You guys commented repeatedly. Let me try to give somebody else. Roland Andrews. What was the reason they changed? Where are you, Roland? They changed the name Stan Creek Town to Dangriga. That's another topic, my brother. I would very much like to bring on somebody and have an educational discussion. Charlie Marr might know that actually. I'll probably invite Charlie Marr soon. Brothers, listen, man. I applaud each and every one of these people that have put their names on the or set to put their names on the ballot. I really do. I talk with some of you. I give some of you some ideas before. I don't bite my tongue. I know the try cause problems. Well, a lot of problems there at the Dangriga Town Council. Well, a lot of problems there at the Dangriga Town Council. This coming election, we will have to make a serious decision. I tell you this. This coming 2027 election will be serious. Make a tell you what happen. Dwayne, I'll talk to you right now, brother. I'll get to you right now. You on your slate. This coming municipal election, every dedicated, honest, and integrity-driven person deserves a chance. But let us stop using this PUDP thing. I love it so far. We vote for you, you win, and serve all manner of people. Take the politics out. That can't feed the people and the economy. Junior Vasquez, I salute you. Bandi Seremi. A lot that happened at the Dangriga Town Council. Mayor Mariano, when will the multi-purpose park be ready? You told me it would have been ready by July. Minister Zabani, when will the multi-purpose park be ready? Mayor Mariano told me, and I can only assume that he got his intel from you, that it will be ready by July. I have spoken with different contractors and asked them to take a look at what's out there for me and tell me how long it would take for building structures where they saw. It not take this long. And Ono seem to have the money. The money don't set aside. The BTB involved into it, right? When they were ready. You know what am I bet? I think they get it ready for unleash a whole plan for the municipal election. Like what Johnny Briseno, they said, he want blue every way for every municipality. That for me don't turn me off. Not they go vote people because of blue. Mayor Mariano, Minister Zabani, we need some answers. We need some answers. I want to clear my throat. I think I need more honey in my tea. Not going no way because I want to finish talk about the municipal election. On Thursday, I have the leader of the opposition. Thursday at 8 p.m. People, we have a lot to talk about. Make us sweeten my tea a little bit, clear my throat, and then we are come back and we are deal with this thing. We are continue.
The people's campaign. And if you're not serious about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia. Make we give her this chance. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fire. He's a proven leader. Uruwei na fire. A fearless advocate. Uruwei na fire. Son of soil from Dangriga. Uruwei na fire. Tilly Paleka. That Tilly son. On election day, I will not go to the polls and betray my conscience. Election day, make sure you follow your conscience. Choose change now.
Friends, family, greetings everyone. Good night, Belize. 𝐓𝐿𝐻𝐿 Dangriga. I understand that some of us, we have families working at the Dangriga Town Council. I understand that many of you at the Dangriga Town Council, you cannot speak up, you cannot tell your truth, you cannot share your experience, because the minute you start talk, the gatekeepers will come get you. It's difficult. Most people, the people's employer, most of your parents, your uncle, your dad, grand, all the government workers. So if they become a whistleblower, this is another topic we need to talk about. If they become a whistleblower, there's no laws to protect whistleblowers. Whether at the municipal level, whether at the national level. No laws to protect whistleblowers. No laws to protect people who speak out. People, they suffer in their jobs right now. People, they suffer in their job right now that work. And they can't say a thing because they got kids. They got mouth for feed. They have mouth for feed. So they have to suffer. They have to continue take the lick. It no matter. They have to continue take the lick. If they speak out, they lose their job. If they speak against their employer, they lose their job. They don't only lose their job, their family lose their job. So those of you at the Dangriga Town Council, Mayor Mariano, treat the people there right. Doing Sampson, you really want this? Prepare yourself to get in there. I will criticize all on constructively. Christalyn, you really want this? Prepare yourself to get in there. What lot they happen in there so. I want to know what you do when you get in there so. If you get in there. Because you know what? The PUP will do everything what they could do to make sure Mariano get in. You know, I'm hearing that they had individuals who wanted to challenge Mariano. But because of party politics, because of favoritism, above all, because of fear, nobody no want to talk out. Nobody no want to lose their job. Mayor Mariano, take care of your workers. Take care of your workers. I am hearing that you're giving certain individual at that town council too much power. What will Dwayne Sampson and his team, what will Vida contribute to the development of this town? Bedrin, make I tell you something. Make we talk man to man. I don't want to hear you donate some lead bags the other day and that's fine. Anybody could do that. Anybody could do that. Fine, you're popular, you're the singer, you do your thing. You're good, by the way. You're very good. I've seen you come up from Poots Titiman. You're good. You're virgin. I salute you. You're a great entertainer. You're a comedian as well. I don't know. I've done business with you. I've had conversations with you. Serious conversations and not so serious conversations. I want to know how you will help. I don't want to hear that you well known and you enter into entertainment. I want to know. You have to make a know. What skill sets you have. I want to hear from you. We really need to set up a debate. Anyway, it's too late for that. But we should set up a debate between the two mayoral candidates. Dangriga should request that. If you don't want that, make we set it up. I wish they agree. So, Marsha Mejia, I want to know how the plan to bring change. What are the plan? Great, you had experience with NGC. You're still probably part of NGC. You've worked with dance group. That takes a level of leadership. I respect that. Do we know what this town needs? Sabah. Dayton Sabah. I don't want to hear you just work at BTL for so many years and you do this and you have a business community. I really not hear it yet. I need something. I need to know how you guys will do it. I don't just want to vote. I have to vote. I don't have to, but I will. I will, and I will vote for one of you. Somehow or no. Somehow or no, I have to vote for. I don't need to talk to me some more. Jessica, I need some details. How we have fixed this thing? Jamal, you read, you articulate in a certain kind of way, you know a lot of things, but I still not feel it yet, brother. I need to know. I don't know to bring it yet. What we balling here? We do the MC? Marshall, I know to hear it. We need a debate. Brianna, we need a debate. Aaron Anderson, we need a debate. Don Cass, greetings. Warrior King, greetings, bro. My concern and question to both mayoral candidate and team is as follow. You actually, I believe, Warrior Carib, you sent your questions on, you know what, let me take a look at it. Let's take a look at it here. But I need to know what you guys will bring. I'm not satisfied. And not only me. You know, an individual said to me, this individual called me, right? People call me I appreciate the encouragement. I really appreciate you guys reaching out. And this brother that called me, he said, I feel like that lone picnic run. Now, that's not my word. That's not my sentiment. But he said that because he too, he haven't heard anything that tickles his ear and like, yeah, you're carrying me some way. I know to hear it. You have to come better than that. I just can't tell me where do let's see. I'm interested in your history. I'm interested in the work over there. So you're there for 10 years, you do this, you do that, fine. Any normal, regular person could do that. Have been doing that. Don Neil and his son, their brothers help decorate this place all the time. The Christmas parade that they organize every year. Many people do these things. I salute you know. See, fine, you like sports, you're linked with the youths there and they know you. Perfect, I love it. You have to also understand. You might have a passion for music. You might have a passion for football. And then you just naturally like it. And through that, your reputation evolves. You become known. You know these people, they know you. Out of a passion. Fine. I know they knock that. That's good. It shows that you care for the community. That's good. However, you have to. What I want for Dangriga, man, I need to see somebody where I perform better than Mariano. I know they say that yet. I mean, it might be too premature for me to say this, but I know they get that feeling. And especially if we're not going in there, somebody comment about central government. The PUP, they run things, they got a super majority. So if our UDP get in there, I assume because of how things go with politics, I have to work harder than if we had a PUP mayor. But there's an answer to that, but I don't have to give me the answer. So, when you go out to vote, am I going to vote for Vida because Vida is our entertainer and because Vida well known? No, not for that reason. Because Vida give back at some point, or I don't know how often they do. No, I not do it for that reason. Because they got a lot of people who give all the time and they don't say nothing. No, you gotta come better than that. Come with something else. I know they say I know they vote for anyone, I don't know. I just want to be real with each other. All of you. Stitch. I think Stitch are one of them. We highly likely might get one of me vote for the councillors. I could see Stitch. I got about 2 we are sure of right now. But the rest, I have to weigh on the balance and figure out and say, boy, I have to make one decision because I have to vote. My conscience tell me I have to exercise my rights. I wish it was those qualities makes a candidate successful at the polls, but it's not. Popularity and money will win at the polls. That's Denny, not law. Set up the debate. My team were ready. We have time. Let's go. Bro, I would, you know. I would. Brianna, I need you to do a segment on independent politics. You tickle me ears. That's a very good idea. That's a very good idea. You know, I know they have to cause trouble, right? I just want to understand. I know they have to cause trouble. I, throughout my life, I've spent a lot of time in self-development. I spent a lot of time trying to understand my life, myself, as to an individual, as to a human being, my position in this world, mindfulness, how my actions will affect those around me or in my life. So when I come on here, I don't try to find trouble. I don't try to pick on nobody. I want good. I want better for my tongue. I want better for my tongue. I want better for my country. Now, allow me, Dangriga, to digress just a bit and make we talk about some national issues just a little bit and how they affect Dangriga. The BTL Smart acquisition that is on its way, it's going to be a shame if that goes through. We're going to have a monopoly in Belize. It's not only about having a monopoly, but who will benefit from the deal. Who will benefit from the deal? The Briceño family, according to Channel 7, would get $18 million out of that deal there. You know what $18 million? You know how long that could last you for all of your family? If you live another nothing, depending on the quality of life you have. You know how much of that you could invest in a business where bound to be successful. Once you have the capital to turn that round, that business bound to be successful. $18 million. They have families where they allegedly thief the millions of dollars while only they struggle to eat ramen noodles and sardine and hot dog sausage. You know, I shouldn't make light of these things. The type of food that poison, but that the type of food where most could afford. A lot of people out there. A lot of people can't afford a decent meal every day, rice and beans every day, chicken every day, beef, pork, steak. You see what kind of craziness that they order for the BDF then? For the BDF, steak, lobster, the ridiculous fee where they pay for boots and guns and all that craziness. They rack up millions and millions of dollars. You know why important? A lot of them say, oh, politics no bother me. Oh, I know into politics. How I make my own money. That's an unwise thing to say. Politics affect you every day. Because you know why? When you they do good, when you and your family they do good, your neighbor cross they watch. He and she know they do good. Granted, some people just lazy. Some people don't want to work. I get that too. But there are so many of us out there. Teachers. We want better. Teachers have to think about how they want to decorate their classroom right now out of their own pocket. Nurses. Go to Southern Regional Hospital. Listen to some of the stories. The police station. Our police officers. They get treated like dogs. Ask any police officer. Ask any one of them. How life being a police. They overwork and underpaid. That's the reason why them Bali will always hustle. And Bali would have wish that they get a lead drug, something where that they get for secure the place and secure parameter and all. Make couple 100 G's and live it up. I know I blame them. The police, our police, they don't get paid well. And the danger when they get in all the time, the amount of work when they give them reports after get written, then this and watch out. They're not paid well. They're not only not paying them well. They're not only not paying them well. The environment is unhealthy. Some of the bathrooms that certain police stations throughout this country need to be fixed, need to be repaired. I want health inspector go and inspect the Dangriga police station. Go. Dwayne Sampson. Christalyn Castillo. Mayor Robert Mariano. I want to hear your plan. The last interview I watched, someone sent it to me when Mr. Mariano was being interviewed with 𝐔𝐲𝐫𝐢. I waited. I honestly waited. I honestly waited to hear what the plan was. And that's because I have to give credit to 𝐔𝐲𝐫𝐢 for that one question. That because they hardly try. I am not criticizing the show. I am stating a fact to make a point. That's because the man hardly get challenged. So you go there and you feel like you feel comfortable. And the brother asks you, what are your plans? You know, asking their words. But you gonna talk about a whole lot of things and sports and all that, and that, you know, you said nothing but what are your plans for 2027 and beyond. I want to know what are your plans. What's the slate? Is there an official slate for the PUP here in Dangriga? I only hear they talk about it, and I see nothing. They blocked me off on one of their page, by the way, the Dangriga constituency PUP page. They blocked me. And I was a resident, you know, I was a voter at Dangriga. Then they block their own voter. C'est la vie. I applaud all of you, Team Dwayne, who went on national TV and showed up. We all need help in some way, shape, or form. None of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not better than none of them, but there are better ways to do things. Team Christalyn, I don't quite know the woman. There are 2 or 3 other women from Team Christalyn's slate that I'm not quite familiar with. I don't, I think We need to know more about these people. We need to know more about these people. I was out yesterday doing interviews on the streets of Dangriga. Ask the regular people there, but when they think about the upcoming municipal election, them bally no got nothing, them bally no happy. The alone argue that they argue with me in this video, yeah, so. And I try convincing and I tell them, bedroom, watch out. You know, can't, they say, you know, they vote and you know, they punish and da 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 da. You could live good over here, so. But if your neighbor might have it bad, the rest of Dangriga, majority of Dangriga might have it bad. And that will affect the crime rate in our town. Poverty. Poverty cause a lot of problem. It cause our young ladies, some of the young ladies' aspiration, they might not the yada Dangriga, they might need the yada Belize. They want, they just, boy, watch out. They Bali.
Everybody will get in at the thing, at the same thing there. Same tragedy there, can't wait to we. And I left to we.
Sorry, mommy. You want to tell me at least something, miss? So, I have some interviews I will share with you guys. I will post them on Obafo TV, Facebook, on YouTube. I'm asking people how they feel about the tongue. I'm asking people how they feel about the slate. If any of you interested in being interviewed, very short interview, what you feel about Dwayne Sampson? What you feel about Christalyn? How you feel about Mia Mariano? Do you think he has been doing a good job? What do you think is needed here? They all tell us their stories about walking house to house and hear all these stories. How will I fix it? How will we make Dangriga more respected? 800,000 to repair part of our beach. How is that going? Have they started? If not, when will they start? Start pay attention to what where they happen at the town. The multi-purpose park. There's going to be a hotel out there. Who will own the hotel? Who will own the hotel? I would like Mr. Minister Louis Zabani to tell me who will own this hotel out there. This is Dangriga, brother. This is Dangriga. And the people of Dangriga deserve to know who will own this hotel. Who will collect the revenues from this hotel? Also, Mr. Louis Zabani. In this diagram, I have mentioned it more than once. You have a well-decorated tongue pier. Is this a part of the plan? Will this get repaired? Will we get a new tongue pier? Will we? Or that just for stars, to make it look good, to sell away a story. That they give you a nice multi-purpose park with a brand new tongue pier. And then we have a hotel as well. Is this just a diagram to sell us a dream, or will this happen? Will this actually happen? And if yes, when? When will it be completed? The people of Dangriga must be consulted. The people of Dangriga must be consulted. The last time Minister Zabani, Louis Zabani, and Mayor Mariano had a town hall meeting, and they said, oh, well, we need to do this more often, at least 3 months. That more than 3 months now, no agree. That must be more than 6 months. When will there be another town hall meeting? A town hall meeting should be held every month, at least every 3 months. When will we have another town hall meeting? Tell us what you've been doing in that building, sir. Please. Tell us what you've been doing there. How much money do we have there? What are we short of? Are your employees, are they getting paid on time? Are they comfortable? Do they have AC like how you have AC? And if they don't have AC, do they have enough fan? Are you showing favoritism? We want to know from Mayor Mariano and from Louis Zabani what is happening with this multi-purpose park. You see this thing I saw? You know what? Check this out. You see this area on the north side? Right here, so? Let me make sure I have the right area. I think this is it. Where there's supposed to be a stage or an amphitheater. I'm not sure what happened there. I am not an expert. I don't know a contractor. I don't know nothing about the type of thing about building, but shops. I have to go there and get a video. If somebody got a picture or a video, I'd really appreciate it if you could send it to me. The space between the stairs or the chairs or bleachers, the space between the bleachers and the stage, that was a very narrow space. I don't know. You can't fit a lot of people there. I'm not sure what are the plan for that. I would really love to know. But let me close off. 2027 municipal elections is upon us. You don't have to vote. If you vote in Mariano, I'm not telling you who to vote. If you don't vote Mariano, you know boost 𝐔𝐫𝐮𝐰𝐞𝐢 ego. 𝐔𝐫𝐮 don't want to make sure, good or bad, he don't give one hoot, he don't give a cent. Whether he's for their people good, for we, for the town, or not, it doesn't matter. He's a POP. He needs to make sure that all his mayors then win. So they want to spend money. That's a stupid thing, by the way. And we all tolerate it. He needs to make sure his mayors then win. As long as they're blue. It no matter if they're good for the town. So, if Mariano win, I honestly not sure what direction we're going. Because he has stories. He might have perfected the art of doing things without doing much. How do we know? Because I don't want Mayor Mariano to come and boast to us about this multi-purpose park. That has nothing to do with your doing. You put no effort into that. That's not for you. That's for the government and BTB. The roads then where you pave, well, no where you pave. The ones and the good ones there. 𝐓𝐻𝐼𝐵, the balance of 𝐓𝐻𝐼𝐵. Your patch, front of the big bridge, your patch, not too far for the bus terminal, and then the road from the roundabout heading to Jetty past Basilio and then all the way to Commerce Bike. Nice cemented paved road. While while nothing happening out there. Nothing is happening out there. While our main streets at a pothole. I say sometimes the taxi drivers they have to pick up their vehicle and literally like then they drive their vehicle and in your mind within yourself, your emotions, like you have to pick up your vehicle and walk past some of them pothole. They're big. We need better. Some of you will go and vote. Some of you will be looking forward to the money that you will make. Campaigners will make their money. Some are on the way for $25, $50. Some I get $200. The person where I get a bag of money, you trust me, that person I get a bag of money. Why we do this? Take the money and vote for your conscience. Take the money and vote with your conscience. Take the money and vote with your conscience. Do you know? They know who in your household. They know when they're 16. By 2030, they were 18. They know your household. They know your children. And then they act so nice and give promises. Imagine. Imagine one minister was spend over $1 million for election. Just to make, if you calculate his salary, at least $500,000 per term. Who would do that? These people are corrupt. We don't go vote. In Dangriga, make a conscious decision. Don't vote because of red, because of blue. Vote because deep down in your heart, you know that this person could make Dangriga better. You know that this person could make Dangriga better. Mariano is not doing much for us. I wish I never had to say it. Some of my own Garifuna people don't like me because I attack against our Garifuna mayor. Why don't I behave like that? He hasn't done much. Brother, you talk a good talk. You know to comfort people. I understand you welcome people. You make them visit you. You try make yourself available. Before I start calling out the times I try reach out to you and you make time. You welcome me in your office. But that is not enough. You got to be a man of your word. You are not a man of your word. I have learned that from many individuals. You have a way about you. How you appeal to people. I will talk about this because I don't want my people to be tricked. I don't hate you. I have a lot against the mayor of Dangriga. But you're my brother. Nati Amur. You're my big brother. Nati Amur. But I have to call out the mayor of Dangriga. Garifuna, Spanish, Creole, it no matter. If it do wrong, it do wrong. So, be wise with your vote. Don't believe everything you hear. Challenge these people. Ask them the real questions. You will hear rumors about some of them. Not listen to rumors. Ask them, is this true? Tomorrow, 8 p.m., I will chop it up with my brother, Eddie Webster. We're going to talk about how we are governed. Might sneak in a leak question here and there as to how you feel about Dangriga. Be sure to tune in. You can learn something. Understand how the government is run. Understand how the municipality is run. Understand the purpose, the duty of a councillor. Understand the purpose and the power of a mayor. Whatever power the mayor have. Know what he is able to do and what he cannot do for you. Know what your area representative can do for you and what he cannot do. This thing are levels. I bring on these people so on to make a wise, informed decision. Good night, friends and family. I will shut it off now. It's now 18 minutes past 10. Aaron Anderson, thank you, my brother. Solomon Antonio. So are you saying that this Sunday they'll be having a convention? Yes. Sunday night, Sunday, August 9th, there will be a convention here in Dangriga for the UDP mayoral candidates and councillor candidates. UDP questions, because we take a truck a rib. Let's see. Don Neil, I believe I am driven to vote for a potential leader, not candidates. Not seeing any. Dion Serrano, that deal no worth the money. Exactly, the deal no worth the money, no agree. BTL Smart Tamales, where's the Smart Tamales? Don't rap. So it seems, my brother, so it seems. Brianna, how do you think that could benefit Dangriga? Pros and cons. Sorry, I'm just reading your message. You probably asked something that based on what I was saying. I wish it will go yeah. So, friends, brothers, sisters, thank you all for tuning in. Listen, man, I'm about change, real change, real change. Real change for Dangriga, real change for Belize. Stay tuned. Keep on your eyes and on your ears open about this BTL Smart acquisition. Keep on your eyes and ears open about this BTL shares deal. There's a lot happening. Keep on your eyes open about the millions of dollars worth of the thief. Be responsible. No make our picnic live our struggle or worse, because it get worse. Don't let our children they see you the struggle. Don't make it be the same. We need change. And we need change now. 𝐔𝐫𝐿. Good night to each and every one of you. Buenas noches. Bandi Sieni. Inebese.
The people's campaign. And if you're not serious about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia. We could give her this chance. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fire. He's a proven leader. Uruwei na fire. Fearless advocate, Uruwei na fire. Son of soil from Dangriga, Uruwei na fire. Ready to fight for his people. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder.
Tonight in Dangriga, a wave of voter dissatisfaction is hitting local and national leaders alike. Mayor Robert Mariano, area Representative Dr. 𝐔𝐫𝐿𝐼, and even Prime Minister John Briceño. A new survey by pollster and retired assistant professor Dr. Philip Castillo shows support for Dr. 𝐓𝐿𝐆𝐇𝐓 has plunged dramatically. Remember, he won big in 2020 with 61% of the vote, and his popularity soared even higher in 2025 when he secured 76.5%. But Dr. Castillo's latest polling tells a very different story, one that suggests confidence in these leaders is slipping fast.
He's underwater because I think he's at 41%, which means that more, at 41%, 4 out of every 10 voters do not approve of the job that he's doing. Now, again, we did not ask them why, but some voters, some citizens did provide an opinion. And then the opinion would be that in terms of accessing the area rep, that there seem to be challenges in accessing him, basically, in meeting him and those and that specific issue.
A closer look at the numbers shows Dr. 𝐓𝐿𝐆𝐇𝐓 lost support in Dangriga town and Uruwei, but he's still strong in outlying villages like Hope Creek. Responding to the poll, Dr. 𝐓𝐿𝐆𝐇𝐓 says he welcomes Dr. Castillo's work, but argues that data collected closer to election time gives a truer read on how voters will actually decide.
First of all, the size of the poll is relatively small, but still helpful. So I'm not knocking it in that sense. I'm just saying that if you look at the last polls that he has done, you could go back and check them out. They have been consistently lower than the actual performance. So in my view, I don't believe that the numbers are that low. But even if they were, it is good to know so that you can take action.
One of the things that people were saying is that you're hard to access.
Yes, and that's the one that seems farthest from the truth. I am one of the very consistent area representatives that have office hours. So on Thursdays, like for example tomorrow, I have my office, I am at the office. I have an office that is open from Monday to Friday, so persons can go, and they do go in. So besides the office hours on the Thursdays, I also visit on Saturdays, because we have Dangriga, Uruwei, and Hope Creek.
Voters were also asked how they feel about the job Dangriga Mayor Mariano is doing. He first won the mayoral seat with 51% of the vote in 2021 and boosted his support to 63% in 2024. But today his approval shows a slight dip from where he started back in 2021.
He faces election next year, 2027. So what the poll found this year is that he's back around, I think it's 48.9% or just about 50%. So he's in that range. But then a poll has something called a margin of error, meaning that the 48% could be as high as 48 plus 6, because I think the margin of error was 6.8%, or 48 minus 6. And then again, if you look carefully at the numbers, 17% did not have an opinion. They said not sure or they're uncertain.
Voters also pointed to some persistent concerns in the municipality. They want better streets, improved garbage collection, and real action on unemployment, which many say remain a consistent challenge. When we reached out to Mayor Mariano for a response, he told us, quote, "I am appreciative of Dr. Philip Castillo, and although the next town council elections are a little over a year away, and notwithstanding a lot of change within that time, I am humbled by the favorable poll survey and results at this point in time. We are grateful for the public opinion and will do whatever we can to address their concerns." But the most striking
the people's campaign. And if you're not serious about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia. Make we give her this chance. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fire. He's a proven leader.